Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Channeling with Michele. I hope you had a lovely week. So, today, before I decided to video the message today, I've been asked to share on new beginnings. And as we know, December 23rd begins our new moon, and new moon is about what do we wish to create? What dreams do we wish to make come true? So, as we move into this cycle of the moon, the angels have asked me to have you think about the areas in your life where you like new growth, new growth. So, before we get started, I am going to use the Angel Answers deck, which was created by Doreen Virtue and Randolph or Randolin Valentine. Okay. So today I will be using, this is my go-to deck. I bought it many, many years ago at Lilydale in Western New York. So we will be channeling our message today on that new moon, December 23rd, setting those intentions. So let me go ahead, viewers, and open up. I'm smudging today just with the mixture of distilled water and Florida water. Okay, we're going to get started. Okay, thank you. Okay, viewers, the angels are coming through for you tonight, and they want me to share with you that intentions, when we set that intention, it first, of course, starts with a thought. But before we can kind of make those dreams come true, or is that key word is manifest, they're saying we have to clear or flush out our thoughts from the past. What angels are coming through and saying, dear loved ones, we carry so much in our human condition from our past hopes, past dreams. They're saying, many of us have said, oh, I wish I could have done that, or I want to do this. And they've come to pass. They're asking you now, as this new moon comes in on the 21st, to work on flushing your thoughts, flushing your past I wishes, I hope. They're saying that we angels, we live in the here and now. Um, we're not here to live in our past. They're gracefully and gently encouraging us to let go of our past, let go of okay. It's coming in quickly, so excuse me. I want to get this clear. Okay. They're talking about when 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 they're talking about clearing our past, they're saying to release and flush out the negative tapes from our past. They're saying with every yes that we believe we can do something, there was a no underneath it. Okay. I'm trying to skip. They're saying a lot of times we grew up, and possibly not intentionally, but our caretakers, the people who raised us or were around us a lot growing up, they would give us a lot of yeses and nos, sometimes discouraging us from trying new things, from reaching for the stars, so to say. So the angels are lovingly asking us to flush out the negative I wants, I wish, I hope, and to now come into the present with a clear thought and focus first with the thought and then with the words on what it is that you hope to manifest and to create in this next new moon coming on December 23rd. They're coming through with some hundreds and hundreds of dollars in therapy. Many divorces and broken relationships happen because people are unable to flush out the negative tapes of their past. They hold them in their mind. And when we hold something in our mind, viewers, we also hold that in our heart, right? So the guidance coming through on this is the first step is first to recognize, right? We have to recognize that we have these negative tapes that are interfering with us becoming and doing the best that we can do right now in this present life, in this present day. So recognizing first. Once we can recognize or acknowledge, okay, they want me to explain that a little bit more. So an example would be like every relationship that I become involved with fails. Okay, that's a negative tape. Somewhere that person that thinks that heard that somewhere or saw that somewhere. Perhaps they came from a family of divorce or domestic violence, or perhaps they had a caretaker parent say, oh, relationships don't work. So that tape became implanted in our brain, in our core. So they're asking us to recognize these negative implantations. And once we recognize them, write them down. Write them down. They're encouraging us to keep like a booklet, a journal, whatever you want to call it, and write down these negative implantations, is how they're saying that. And once you identify them, and they're saying this will come in bits and pieces. You may one day say, well, this is a negative implantation that is causing me to not have what my heart truly desires. Okay. Then think about what you do desire. So if just sticking with that example, every relationship that I become involved with fails. Well, how could you turn that around, viewers? And the angels are saying, how can you come from a place of love and unconditional positivity? So, like every relationship I have, I learn lessons that help me to become a better person and attract better people. I mean, I'm just throwing that out as an example. So the first is to first recognize that we have these negative implants and recognizing what some of them are and then turning them around from a place of love where it can help us to build new growth in our life, attract new things in our life. It's almost as if they're coming through and saying, it's not our job to understand the mysteries of life or why things happen the way they do or why this relationship didn't work out. It's more for us, our job is more to live this life and become a better person, right? So we can identify the negative implants and then work. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay, thank you. They're saying it. They're saying it doesn't matter where the negative implants came from necessarily, only that we recognize them. Okay, so it's almost like they're saying they're not asking us to say, "Oh, it came from my mother, or it came from my husband, or it came from this, or it came from that," because Spirit's saying that doesn't matter because these were all contracts that we made before we were born into this lifetime. What matters is that we learn to create the best life from a loving heart for ourselves. And then once we create a loving life for ourselves with more positive, what's the word? Like a more positive outcome, we create a more loving world, right? I mean, we all know the ripple effect. Once we recognize and write them down and then try to turn them around into what we want to grow in our lives today, right? So another example would be, I'm a klutz. You know, maybe as a child, somebody out, one of you viewers out there might have always felt like you were a klutz. Maybe your mother said that to you, not knowing she was really putting a negative implant into you. So you always tell yourself, oh, I'm a klutz. Well, that may not be serving you in the highest best good because you're manifesting that into your life. So you may find that you trip all the time, or you drop things, or you break things. So turn it around. What do you want to grow? Do you want to continue to be a klutz? Of course not. So you could say, I am graceful. I'm careful. I flow through life easily, right? If that's, and that's turning around and manifesting something that's more positive, right? That's more positive. So what wishes do you wish? What wish do you wish to dream up, right? The next is, once you identify these negative implants, Spirit is asking you to just sit in silence and listen to what your thoughts are. So, are you able to just sit and think nothing? Are you able to just sit and focus on breath? Or when you try to do this, you're talking to yourself. I believe we call that chittum, right? That voices in our mind that don't stop. I'm worried about this, or I think about this, or how am I going to do this, or whatever the cycling thoughts are in your mind. So they're inviting you to practice every day, to sit, even if it's 5 minutes a day, and recognize your thoughts. Acknowledge your thoughts. Maybe you're sitting and you're trying to focus on breath, and you're saying, oh, my back hurts. Oh, my knees hurt, right? Acknowledge the thought. Breathe it in. Oh, my back hurts. And release it, right? So they're asking you, in order to learn to clear the negative tapes and to be able to calm the mind, right, is to first recognize what the negative implants are, write them down, and try to write a reverse, like a positive statement in regards to that. And then just sit with your thoughts. Sit with your thoughts and focus on breath. And the more that you do this, and they're saying it's not going to happen after 5-time viewers. So you have to have some patience with this, okay? Could take years. But the more that you do this, the more you're going to be able to just stop your thoughts and be in the moment, be living in this time, right? We're not worried about how this happened or where this came from, but only to live in this life, right? Live in this life. The other thing angels want me to touch on here briefly is also when you're setting these intentions for your new moon cycle, to release the expectations. So, some, like an example of that would be, okay, Spirit, I want a new boyfriend. but I want him to show up on the 24th of December at this time. And he's going to be riding a white horse, right? So what spirit is guiding us to do is to set an intention. Spirit, um, I pray and ask as I plant my seed for the new cycle that you bring a loving, caring partner who we can both build on and enhance each other's life, right? That we can support each other. So it's, and then you release it and allow the universe to let that come in God's time, right? In God's time. Remember, again, we get very impatient. I do a lot of readings, and the majority of the readings, there's always, am I going to meet somebody? Am I going to meet somebody new? Am I going to meet a partner? And the bottom line is, first, we have to allow that person into our heart. Of many people, we have baggage. We've had our heart broken. We become very guarded. We put our hearts in a cage. So first you have to be able to allow. So you can put that intention out there, but you still have to be open in the heart to allow that intention, right, to come in. So there's a lot to this. You could say, oh, well, I want a new boyfriend or whatever the intention is, a new job, but we have to be open to allow it. And angels are coming through and saying sometimes we have to walk in a place of fear, right? Change can be scary. So in order to create that dream, sometimes we have to take some risks, and that holds us back too, right? It's like we have to do some work here, right? The universe may present this door. Okay, well, you said you wanted a new job. You wanted to do this. Well, a door is opening, but you're going to have to quit your other job. And this job might not make as much money, or you really don't have all the skills and you're a bit afraid that you won't be able to meet the expectations or the work essential job functions, right? And so you take your free will back and you stay in your old job. But yet you're putting out there, I really want a new job. I really want to learn how to be a graphic artist or, a hairdresser or whatever it is. So you have to understand that when we put intentions out there to the new moon or at any time, we have to really be open to allow spirit, to allow the universe to let that enter our life. And with our free will, a lot of times we as humans, we miss the opportunities. Okay. So those are some things to keep in mind with new beginnings. I keep thinking like they're showing me like, a new tree. I keep thinking like when you plant a new tree, and then in the springtime, the green leaves the buds come and the green leaves, and then eventually it creates a bigger tree, right? So as we continue to practice clearing the negative implants and being able to clear the thoughts, or maybe just keep that thought on what it is you're trying to dream up in your life for that 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it becomes stronger. It raises the vibration, right? Because one of the things, viewers, that Spirit wants you to remember is when we put an intention out there, the universe doesn't know if it's a negative or a positive intention. They just know you're putting the intention out. So it's up to us to make sure that we're clear with that intention, right? Another little trick that I find has worked for me is I put little notes around the house, like I am this or I am that, or, as if it's already happening. So some I am notes, I am well paid. I am graceful, right? I am in a loving relationship, right? So once you, so these are the other, they say a lot with visualization. So like they call these visualization boards or dream boards, create one, get some magazines, get some poster board, and have some fun with it. I have to tell you, these visualization boards, if you use them properly, they work, but it can take years for the sections that you manifest and visualize to come to fruition. I did one years ago, and it was just, I just did it. I learned about it, and I put the poster in my bedroom, and every time I walked in, I had it, mine broken up in 4 life areas that I was attracting or manifesting. And it's so weird. Like 3 or 4 years later, I actually ended up working for the same company that I had cut out and put on my visualization board, living in the same state, right? Um, so it's interesting how that works. So the angels are encouraging you to really focus on what dreams do you want to come true and start to practice the guidance that was shared with you today. I'm going to go ahead and pull a few cards just to kind of summarize what was channeled to you today. Setting intentions, new moon. December 23rd, just before Christmas Eve. Perfect, right? Who are you going to be kissing under the mistletoe? The other thing coming through, and angels just want me to share this with you, new moons on New Moon Day. So December 23rd is an excellent day to cut your nails or get a manicure and pedicure or get your hair cut, because the new moon promotes new growth, right? So if you're trying to grow your hair out, grow your nails out, the angels came through and said, get your hair cut on that day or get a manicure and pedicure. New growth, right? Anything that's new growth. They're also saying, like, if you're planting plants or planting a garden, new moon day is the day to do it, right? It solidifies. It solidifies. We're putting those seeds into the earth. We're creating new beginnings, new growth, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be, setting intention per se, but even the actions that we do, the actions where we want our seeds to grow, planting, gardening, cutting your hair, doing your nails, your pedicures, your manicures. What other seeds are you trying to grow, right? Relationships. It's an excellent day to write a letter of forgiveness or letter of apology. Anywhere where you want to create growth, where you want to create change in a positive way. The new moon day is the day to do it. Okay, viewers? So let me go back and we'll shuffle the cards again. It's hard to believe it's going to be Christmas next week. I'm still like scratching my head on that. Scratching my head on it. I just keep seeing the tree with the little buds and the leaves coming off, like in the springtime. Okay, first card up. Well, just so you know, I'm pulling them. First card up is unlikely, success, and abundance. Very interesting. Let's see what comes through with our. Okay, when I channel the energy around this first card, angels are talking about things being unlikely. Again, they're asking me to stress the importance of patience, okay? Just because we put this into our intention, just because we put that intention out like on December 23rd, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come to fruition over that moon cycle, right? I mean, sometimes it takes many months for things to become planted and then start to blossom, start to grow. So again, when you put that intention out there, you have to have patience and you have to trust. And the other thing the angels want me to share with you viewers is, when you come to that place where you're working on, or possibly you're already there, where you can quiet the mind and focus on the intention or intentions, just do it every day, right? You got to feed it. You got to raise the vibration. You got to get that give and take, the give and take. So have patience. It's unlikely that it will come to its full term over that moon cycle. You will be successful. The angels are coming through and they want me to share with you that if you follow the guidance given to you today, in time you will be successful for this. Okay? You will be successful. Again, it could take years. When I shared with you a moment ago about the place where I live and the place that I work, it took quite a few years. And I looked back on it and I was like, wow, right? Wow, it happened. So you will be successful if you follow this guidance, and know that with that, you'll get the abundance that you receive in your life, right? Your dreams will come true. They may not, again, come true exactly as you vision it, but they will come true in the highest and best good for yourself and for other people. Let me go ahead and pull 3 more cards for you, viewers. Ask them for help, right? This comes up a lot. I work a lot with angels. When you need help, you have to ask. Okay, because of free will, they will not intervene unless you ask. Angels in charge of my keys, angels in charge of my health, please help me to find the right cure. Angels in charge of my marriage, please guide us on how to save it, or guide us how to bring more love, right? But we have to ask. Angels, help me find my find the direction home, right? Whatever situation it is, I ask, and I have to give testimony to them. 98% of the time, it works. 98% of the time. And I've been doing this a long time. It's like you're going to fall off your chair when you really start asking and believing. I can remember when my daughter was younger, and I always tell her, ask your angels for this. And so one day we were at a mall on a busy time of year, and she was like, Mom, why don't you ask the angels to find a parking place for you? I go, okay. I go, angels in charge of parking places, please find one for me. Shortly after, there was a parking place. I just looked at her. It's the little things like that. Start asking viewers for the little things like that, and you'll be amazed. You'll be falling off your chair. Opportunity will come, okay? So when we think of opportunity, of course, we have abundance and opportunity. It doesn't always mean money, right? Abundance comes in good health, good friendships, good relationships, in love, in jobs, right? Being able to live and do the things that make our heart sing, right? So understand, ask your angels to open up opportunities for you. Put that intention out there, right? Put that intention out there, viewers. What do you wish to dream up? What do you wish to dream up this new moon? Dream it. Dream it and ask. And the last card is romance. I'm not feeling like, though, today when I channel this, that it's about like romance. When I channel the energy around this card, this message, what they want me to share with you is having romance with yourself, right? Treat yourself well. Nurture yourself. Have your own romance, right? Whatever it is that makes you feel loved. Maybe it's going shopping, going to the beach, working out, going for a massage. But the angels are coming through and they're saying, viewers, please don't forget to romance yourself, right? Right? Take yourself out on a date. Be good to yourself. And by being good to yourself, we're also working on clearing those negative implants and planting seeds that are positive, that are loving, and that will make and help us to have the dream that we wish for, right? To have that life, to create that dream that we wish for. I'm going to pull one more card. I hope that you enjoyed this message from Spirit today, from our guides. One more card to that new beginnings, the beginnings of Christmas into the New Year's. Okay, I'm just going to pull with my left hand here. Feel one I'm drawn to. I'm going to go right here. Oh, in the near future. In the near future, right? So know that once you follow the guidance, recognizing the negative implants, writing them down, turning those statements around into something more loving and positive, and then learning to sit and clear your mind and focus on your intention, you will see results in the near future. In the near future, you will. One more card. What do they want to say? And then take action. So viewers, it's been a pleasure serving you and sharing this message from Spirit. So take action, because once you do, this new moon's coming up in the near future, opportunity and abundance will be yours, right? So dare to put that out there. What wish are you dreaming up this new moon? And with that, namaste.